Welcome to my views and news, another video for you. Viewers, now when Ethiopian federal forces, regional forces and Eritrean military have entered Tigray, what is their strategy to dismantle TPLF and TDF? Of course, it is their stated objective, especially of Eritrean government and Ethiopian government as well. Ethiopian government in a statement 3 days ago said that it wanted to take control of all airports, federal institutions in Tigray. So how will Ethiopian government, Eritrean government achieve these objectives? Firstly, what we are hearing is that first thing which will be focused on is the delivery of aid to the people of Tigray. People are dying in Tigray, by the way, viewers. They are in dire need of food aid. Deaths from hunger have been happening for months. And since the start of this third round of fighting, the 24th of August, obviously things deteriorated. People are in dire need of food aid. So when you are empty stomach, what matters for you is how to fill your stomach, how to eat something, how to get something to eat. So first priority for the people of Tigray is to have something to eat. Here, Ethiopian government is working on provision of food to the people of Tigray. Reportedly from Monday, Shire Airport will become functional. Once the airport becomes functional, operational, flights will land at Shire Airport and delivery of aid to the people of Tigray will be increased. Massawa port could also be used. Reportedly, Ethiopia and Eritrea, they have reached an agreement. And Massawa port and Eritrean airports could also be used for speedy delivery of aid to the people of Tigray. And thirdly, we know that two roads are going to be opened into Tigray from Amhara: Dassi, Alamata Road, Gondar, Shire Road. Purpose is to speed up delivery of aid to the people of Tigray to win their hearts and minds. Secondly, second point, very important, viewers. Ethiopian and Eritrean governments want to ensure that TDF gets no support from the people of Tigray, especially in terms of recruitments. So yesterday, Foreign Policy, which is a magazine, published an article. The magazine quoted two diplomats on condition of anonymity. And the magazine claimed that Ethiopian and Eritrean governments were planning to isolate the people of Tigray from TPLF. That some IDP camps, large IDP camps, hundreds, could be set up in Tigray in the areas which are under ENDF, EDF control. So people might be shifted from their homes to these IDP camps. Purpose would be to cut off the link between the people of Tigray and TPLF, people of Tigray and TDF. If it happens, what will be its impact? Though what matters for the people of Tigray is food now. At the same time, TPLF is part of Tigray, TDF is part of Tigray. So will people be willing to abandon their homes and live at camps? Already, tens of thousands are at camps. People displaced from all the fronts, northern fronts, from western Tigray. Already, tens of thousands are at IDP camps. So, new camps reportedly could be established to isolate people of Tigray from TPLF. Thirdly, a TPLF and TDF leadership will be hunted down. It has been happening for months that drone strikes were being conducted on leadership of Tigray. Getachew house was hit in a twin drone strike, but he survived. Debretsian's office was hit as well, narrowly missed. And Ethiopian government supporters have been making claims about deaths of TDF generals. So TDF generals, TPLF leadership is going to be the target of Ethiopian and Eritrean militaries. Now, if it happens that despite delivery of aid to the people of Tigray, despite establishment of camps to cut off links between people of Tigray and TPLF, if despite all these measures, TPLF and TDF are not dismantled, what next? People of Tigray, on one hand, are going to receive food now. It's clear because now people of Tigray are the responsibility of Ethiopian federal government. Routes, roads will be opened. They'll receive food. On the other hand, they'll be under constant monitoring. So it means that if they're found having links with Tigray fighters, they could be a target of action from the government. And we know that whatever has happened in terms of large-scale massacres in Tigray, in Amhara, in Afar, almost all massacres were results of some incidents in which the attackers believed that local population supported the other side. That is what happened in Aksum in the first phase of the conflict. Same happened in Chena, in Kobo as well. So if people of Tigray are found helping TPLF, it means they could be attacked. They could be arrested. They could be target of all types of state action. So on one hand, people of Tigray are going to receive food aid. On the other hand, they'll be under constant surveillance. So these three important points which we have learned about Ethiopian Eritrean government's policy to take over Tigray. But keeping in view what happened in the first phase of the conflict, support for TPLF and TDF could not be dried up back then. Despite all measures adopted by federal government and other regional governments, support for TPLF and TDF could not be dried up. That is why, will this strategy succeed? That remains to be seen. And coming 3 to 4 days very crucial, because on Friday, UN Security Council is due to hold a meeting on Ethiopia. Then on Monday, talks are planned. Talks under the auspices of African Union are planned for Monday. African Union has extended invitation to all the parties. Tigray's response is awaited. If Tigray responds positively, it means that Friday, Monday are very crucial. And we'll have to see what happens in the talks in South Africa and at UN Security Council session due to be held in coming hours. So far, Ethiopian government wants to continue the fight while talking to Tigray regional government. Will Tigray regional government agree to such a settlement, such an arrangement? That remains to be seen. On the other hand, Tigray regional government wants immediate stopping of war. And before ENDF and ADF can take control of all towns and cities of Tigray, obviously Tigray forces are making their preparations as well. Tambian is being fortified. Tambian is difficult to penetrate. We have seen that. And TDF's weaponry, their logistics, they are being moved towards Tambian, though it's too early to say that TDF has decided to retreat from all towns and cities. No, it's too early to say. But TDF has plan B, and Tambian is home ground for them. Nothing new. What new strategy ENDF and EDF can implement in Tigray to take control of Tambian, that is also a question. Because in the first phase, they did whatever they could have done, but they could not dislodge TPLF TDF fighters from Tambian. So once again, same seems to be happening. Government is hoping that this time they'll try to drive a wedge between Tigray leadership and people of Tigray. The people of Tigray are now so vulnerable. They are so weakened by the crisis that they will no longer support TPLF. That is what government is counting on reportedly. But if government uses strict measures to isolate people of Tigray from TPLF, it could lead to a backlash as well. If you remember, PM Abiy had said in the first phase of the conflict that back then population overwhelmingly supported Tigray forces. That is why it was difficult to completely defeat TDF. So can this time people of Tigray change their minds because of continued conflict and they start supporting Ethiopian federal government? That remains to be seen. Overall, I think Ethiopian government is expecting that now it can isolate the people of Tigray and TPLF-led Tigray regional government. Thank you for watching.